Here we are. Now we are ready to do the texturing of our piano part, which is here, which is treble clef and bass clef, which is the piano's right hand and the treble clef, and the piano's left hand, which is the bass clef in general. On this side, we have our types of, of texturing. We have acapella, harmonic blocks, chordal shift, which is a term I came up with, and arpeggio and counter melody. Arpeggio, counter melody, those are real terms. Harmonic blocks I made up too, but acapella is real. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over these types of texture. Acapella, as you can see here, you have a melody, and then there's nothing in the accompaniment. Now, uh, and for this assignment, you can have up to one measure, full measure of acapella, and that's it. Don't be up here like, oh, I put in my melody and then there's nothing else, and then it's acapella and that's my accompaniment. No, but you can have one measure of acapella. Um, the other measures have to be harmonic blocks, chordal shifting, or arpeggios. You have to choose at least three types of texturing. It doesn't matter which three, but choose three. Um, so, mostly for this demo, what I'm going to do are harmonic blocks, chordal shifting, and arpeggios. Harmonic blocks are basically harmonic blocks where you have an octave on the bottom or the top, and you have just a triad on the top. So usually, if you have a triad on the bottom and harmonic block on the top, that usually sounds pretty good. If you have a triad uh, under let's say probably yeah, anything under like C4 or C3 actually, it gets kind of muddy, not sounding very clear. So I'm going to demo harmonic blocks here. I'm going to demo arpeggios. No, I'm going to harmonic blocks here. I'm going to do chordal shifting here and arpeggios here. Or I might switch the two, depending on my mood. Okay, harmonic blocks. Harmonic blocks are pretty easy. I'm going to double the size so that you can see. So what we're going to do here is I want to make these, I want to take these here and put those here, right? And make these here octaves. So one way to do that is to redraw the chords here. You can do that, or you can copy and paste them and change the octave. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to copy and paste this, uh, drag it here, and if you see here, you have to make sure you drag it to the first count of the first measure that you're doing, and you let go. Now it's like they're on the same octave, but it's being written on the treble and the bass clef. So therefore, it's kind of messy and mixed up, and they're on the exact same pitches. What you have to do on the treble clef here is raise this one octave. So what you do is you select this, you right click over it, you go down to transpose, which would be right in the middle. Transposing is changing the steps. You want, what direction do you want it to go? You want it to go up. What method? You want diatonic. Do not pick chromatic. You want diatonic. Unison means, this is the interval. We studied intervals. Unison means the exact same interval. What you want to do is an octave because you want it an octave up. Leave this at 0 because if you do 1, it's going to put it 2 octaves higher. But this one here, if you do one octave at a time, you have more control and you can see where it lands. You basically want these chords to end up pretty much in the clef, as much in the clef as it can be. So, direction up, diatonically, octave, 0. This is not selected. Press OK. Bam. There you go. Harmonic blocks are there, right? And for here, what you can do is also is basically you can select this. You want to make these octaves, right? So if I do an octave higher than this, it'll be like that one there. So and you don't, and the bass clef and the treble clef cannot have the same note. So basically, what I'm going to do with this one here is create an inversion. So I don't want this note to get copied here. So I'm going to press 8 and then press Command. And if I press Command and toggle up and down, I can choose different notes, right? So I want to get rid of that one. I'm going to press 8 again to get that higher. Toggle down, erase that. So now I've got that inversion. But now I'm going to go here, press 8, nice octave. Now I want this, if I press 8 here, I get that octave up, but I don't want the octave up because that's just going to sound, that's going to be too high, and I've got 4 ledger lines. I want to keep it in the staff as much as possible, so I'm going to press Shift and press 8. That puts the interval down. So if I press 8 by itself, the interval goes up an octave. If I press Shift and 8 or any other number, the interval goes down. Bam. So here we are again. I am just going down to the roots. Gonna put that one lower as well. And that one higher there. Now, sometimes you do some mind changing. So these are harmonic blocks. Bam. This will sound nice. So it'll sound like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I want to get a little bit more, these chords are all the same here. So if I want to get a little bit more velocity or make it feel like it's speeding up, I'm just going to copy and paste this here because I know I'm going to want something here as well. Now I want to have 2 types, but for this one, I'm going to keep the same type, except I'm just going to make these quarter notes now. Right? So if I've just put the quarter notes here. Oops. Arrow up. So it's just going to be like just a nice quarter note pattern, right? And so if I look here, the interval between here and here is a third, and the interval between here and here is a fourth. So in order to copy this chord, all I have to do is press 3 and 4 and go on. 3, 4, just my intervals. This is straight thirds. Oops. Oops. Those are sevenths. All right. Now, I'm going to take this. I'm going to copy that here, right? Because those are the same chords again. But this time, I'm going to do half notes. I'm still working with harmonic blocks here. But I'm going to have 2 eighth notes here. I mean quarter notes. All right, but I'm going to get some arpeggios going. So I'm going to get some arpeggios here. Arpeggios just splits up the chord, right? So I've just split up the chord. I just want these to be octaves. Ooh, make sure, yeah. I won't do that octave. Same here. Now, I've just taken this chord here. If you see us a C, E, and G, and a C again, bam, and I just split that up. And then I know this note is going to lead to something. It's not in the chord, but it's fine. Where is it in the chord? Nope, it's not in the... Actually, it is in the chord. Okay, whatever. All right, but let's see what this page sounds like going into. Oh, but if you see here, I've used harmonic blocks, and uh, I've used arpeggios, and so I've got two types going for me already. All right. I forgot some thirds here, so I'll put those thirds in. And also, if you heard, right, sometimes if you add a little motion, meaning a little faster counts here, and you slow down another place, it kind of gives a nice texture. So here I have chord notes, which I have these chord notes here, but like this is kind of faster. This is more subdivided, and then this is not, and then this is less subdivided, and then this is. So it's a little interesting thing. Um, Now, I've got this. I know that this accompaniment is going to be the same thing on the other page, the same chords. So on page 2 and page 4. So now I'm just going to copy this. But I want to copy the treble and the bass clef. So I'm going to so here, watch this, how I do this. First I save twice, save 3 times. I'll click here on the treble clef, and then I click on if I click here, it'll just do all treble clef, but if I click here, it'll do the bass clef as well. Bam. Command C. So it's copied. I come here. Command V. Bam, that's copied. I come here. Okay. Bam. So now I've got accompaniments for basically the whole thing, and this will work, but I'm going to make some variations because that's how I do. I can do. I want to do some chordal shifting. Here's the thing with chordal shifting, right? If I do chordal shifting, my chordal shifting still needs to be inside the flow chart. Otherwise, it's going to sound like a hot mess. Okay, so since I've got since I've got some chords here, and this is I got chords here, here, right? I'm going to do what am I going to do? Okay, make a decision. I'm going to go, I'm going to go here. Make some chords. I'm going to make some chord shifting here. Now, chordal shifting can be one of two things. They could be just straight up inversions, which I'm just going to make other inversions of this chord. Right? And then I can go to this chord right here. So I've gone from 1 to 5, 1 to 4. This is 5, right? So what can go from 4? Oops, sorry. Between 4 and 5, I can do a 2. Bam. So I'm going to drop a 2, right? Which is D major, right? But I'm going to do it, which that'll work. But I'm going to do a little inversion. So I'm gonna do that. Now, I just want to do 3 at a time. So I'm gonna go shift, and then here I'm at 5. I want to go to 7. What can go from 5 to 7? Let us look at that thing. I want to go from 5 to 7. Oh, so if I want to go from 5 to 7, I can do a whole chord progression to go from 5 to 7, but I can just go from 5, 5, 7. I can go to 4 or 2 again, because those are interchangeable. So I'm gonna go to, since I did ever, I'm gonna do 4. Bam. So there you got chordal shifting happening right there. So now all of my things are satisfied, right? Okay, so now since these two are the same chord, right? I'm going to change these chords. These two are, this is a half note and this lasts for 2 quarters. So I'm going to change this chord to this chord, right? I'm just going to copy my chordal shifting pattern, since that'll actually work anyway, right? Do 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 do. Do it again here. I can leave this the same, or I could just I can go big and go, or I don't want to go. Yes, I do. Oh, so if I click here, if I click one note here, right, and I want to move this whole chord a block down like I've done here, I can press Command A and do my arrow key, arrow key, arrow key. But I'm going to make it match this one up here. Go over here. And I'm just going to add, I'm just going to do eighth notes here, just for a little rhythmic change up. All right. And then I'm just going to go here for quarter notes. So let's see what this page sounds like. I save. I've gone for measure 13. Okay, here we go. I like that. All right, so I think I'm gonna make these quarter notes here, right? Because I think I like that motion keeping going. And granted, you don't have to be this nitpicky, right? But you do want to make something you like if you can, right? And then I think this one here, I'm just going to do nice little scale down, which does count as a counter melody because this is just a scale down. It's a melody that's happening. It's not an arpeggio. It's not a chord that's split. It goes down in step. That's a melody, right? It's done in octaves, but that's a melody. So that's a counter melody that lasts for one measure, right? That's I've got I've got three types of texture here now. Okay, let's hear what this page sounds like now. I like that chord. Ooh, see now I like that. There was this nice motion happening here. Bum 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 bum, and it just kind of just like lands right there. So I'm just gonna leave that. I'm just gonna have something, very simple, right? I think I'm gonna do these chords here. Dun, ba, dun, 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 dun. I'm hearing boom, ba, uh, ba, So let's do that, right? I'm just gonna do a counter melody in octaves. So this is whoops, sorry. I just want to see what this sounds like. Dun. Now that was my melody that I heard in my head. Ooh, I just want to put a half note here. All right, boom, boom, dun, dun, Now, now you see, like, Finale has filled this with rests, right? But I want that to happen on the third count, so I'm gonna just move that over here. I'm just gonna put the rest on top of it. It selects it, or I could have just used the thing, and then it could go like that. Now I think I want this to octaves. Oops, not too many octaves. I have to make sure this isn't overlapping, which it will, because this is the same, this is that note, and then this is the same as that note. So I'm going to, this and this can't happen at the same time. But this and this can. But if I make this a half note, this is only happening during here. I can just do like that. Okay. Command arrow up to my note here, octave note. Right. I'm going to copy this melody again. Oh, let's see what it sounds like. Hopefully it doesn't sound bad. Alright, so this sounds cool, this sounds cool, this is trash, 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 trash. Right, the idea wasn't bad, but also, why is it trash? Well, one reason it's kind of dissonant. This is on an E, there's no E in this chord. So, this is also why I should follow the rules, right? So we have a B, a D, and F. So, I'm going to go to... I have here, I have a C, E, and a G, and that is a B. All right, and I gotta do the same. Those chords are the same here, so I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna make a variation with this last one, because if it keeps going, if it's going in a dot 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 rhythm, it's gonna sound like it's staying the same or speeding up. But I kind of want it to feel like it's kind of slowing down, so I'm gonna do eighth notes, octaves, right? That should go nicely into the next thing. Let's hear what this sounds like. I think I want this one to go down one more. But I have to check that. That's the same note as that. So, yeah. All right. Okay, so since I want that melody to happen here, I just got rid of it here so it's not in two different places, because you will get marked down for that. So let's hear how it goes into the next one. All right. So we're almost home. We got this. So I'm hearing ba da na 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 ba 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 bum bum. So I'm going to do half notes here. And I want the whole thing to sound like, feel like it's slowing down, right? So I'm going to also change these to half notes as well. Now I'm going to change these to whole notes. Command A, select all that. And then this is going to be a whole note, but I want it to be an octave, right? It'll thin it out. But that'll be kind of whatever. So I'm going to put it on the third, actually. If I do an octave on the third, it kind of gives it, if I have roots here and I have third, root octave in the bass clef and third octaves on the treble clef, kind of gives it, you hear the chord, but it gives it kind of a nice open feel. And I'm going to do arpeggios on the right hand, and we'll see how it goes. Right? If it's in the same chord, should sound okay. But I want it to be at the same time. I'm just going to copy these ones here and get rid of those ones. You don't have to get rid of the chord in the beginning, but you can if you just want it to sound thinner, right? So, but it also works as a guide as you go through, so you know that these are where your notes are. It'll just sound nice, pretty, and kind of tinkly. Now, I want it to sound like dun 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 dun, right? Just all your notes on On your last measure, both treble, bass clef, everything. If you just want it to sound final and done, just make it all a whole, make them all whole notes. Um, Bam. So let's see what this looks like or sounds like. Not bad. Okay, I'm calling this one done. All right, there it is. Assignment, 100 points are all the points I got. Let's hear what the whole thing sounds like from top to bottom. Here we go. I like that chord. There you go. Flute Suite, movement 1, Command S, done.